Hi honeys, today I'm back with another makeup tutorial. I'm here with my beautiful model Monique and we'll be doing a sultry soft glam makeup look. You're gonna love this one. Whether you're a professional or a beginner, I got you honey. Let's get right into this gorgeous sultry soft glam look. So first thing I'm gonna do is begin with our eyebrows. And for the eyebrows, I'm going to start off by sculpting the eyebrow hairs in an upward direction at the front and then continuing around following the eyebrow shape. Now, the reason why I love to sculpt the eyebrows first with gel is because it sets it into place, it fluffs up the brows, make the brows look thicker, and this will allow you to not go in and overfill the brows when it's time for you to go in with your brow pencil. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my favorite concealer from KKAÖ Beauty. It's the best. This is shade number 6, I believe. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to saturate it on this brush. This brush is from Plouise. It's called What a Treat My Base Brush Is. And I'm going to be outlining above her brows and below her brows. And what this is going to do is this is going to just highlight the brows a bit more, make them pop a bit more so that the brows can like really frame the face nicely. And when you do it this way, it allows you to not go in and overfill the brows too much. Like you literally outline them first with concealer, then you see exactly where you need to go in and fill in with your brow pencil. Now when I'm done outlining the brows, I am actually not going to go ahead and fill in the brows right away. I'm going to wait till I get to the skin because I believe that when I do the skin, I can see the brows better and I don't go in and overfill them too much. So I'm going to wait to fill them in with brow pencil when I'm done with the skin, okay? So now I'm going to be using my new brush set. This is from Jessup. I love Jessup brushes. They sell them on Amazon, and this is like a dupe to the Makeup by Moorea brush set. Let me tell you, I have 2 brushes from Makeup by Moorea and they cost $40. So I'm just saying the quality of these brushes are just as good and they're amazing, so you want to go and grab these. So the first brush I'm going to be using from them is a brush and it has 2 sides. It's called E1. That's the brush I'm using right now. It's like a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. So I'm just using it to blend out the concealer from above her brows and below her brows. Now I'm going in with the KKAÖ Beauty concealer in shade 4. And what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be using it as an eyeshadow base. This color is lighter than the first color I'd used to outline the brows because we want to use a lighter concealer to brighten up the eyelids so that it acts as a really nice base and gives us a nice clean canvas for our eyeshadow, okay? And I'm going in with the same E1 brush from Jessup and I'm just patting down the concealer so that it doesn't move too much, so that it can dry down and not interfere with our eyeshadow blending. Very important step. Next, just to help me to get a nice sharp clean eye, I'm going to be doing a little tape trick. I'm going to be applying tape towards the ends of the eyes before going in with my eyeshadows. And I'm going to be using this gorgeous palette from Too Faced. It's called the Born This Way Natural Nudes palette. Really love it for women of color. It's like a soft glam palette for women of color. And first I'm going to be going in the crease region. As you can see, I'm showing you there where the crease is. And I'm going to be using this nice little transition color. It's like a brownish orangish, like a burnt orange color. And I'm going to be applying this, blending this gently in circular motions and in a windshield wiper motion from front to back in the crease. And the color is called Maple, okay? I'm just going in for more. So it's very important when you're doing your eyeshadow to use colors and to saturate the colors very nicely. Like go in and apply more because you want to get a nice color payoff. You want the color to be bright, vivid. That's going to give a nice professional, clean, polished look. So that's what the eyelid crease looks like after I finish blending my transition color. Now I'm going to be going in again into the same Too Faced palette and I'm going to be going in with a darker color towards the ends of the eye to really shape her eyes a bit more and give definition to the ends of her eye. And I'm going to be mixing 2 colors. They're like darker browns. It's called Cocoa and Truffle. So I'm just going to be using that eyeshadow there, and I'm just showing you exactly where your crease is. Your crease is the hollow region right above your eyelids. So if you stick your finger onto your eyelids, you're gonna feel like a hollow region. That's where your eyelid crease is. And I'm just going in and applying those 2 darker browns, Cocoa and Truffle, in the crease and focusing it on the outer crease, okay? And you see this brush I'm using, it has 2 sides. So I'm using the thinner side of the brush just to make sure everything is blending nicely. Sorry, not the thinner side. I'm using the smaller end of the brush for precision, and then I'm using the bigger side of the brush to just make sure that all the colors are diffused nicely on the eyelids. Now, when it comes down to eyeshadow blending, you want to be gentle. It should feel like a feather is brushing against the client's skin. Okay, so you want to be very gentle, otherwise it's going to come out looking very harsh. And now I'm going to be going in using the number 1 concealer from KKAÖ Beauty, because now I'm going to be cutting the crease, okay? Because we're doing like a soft, very soft and very elegant cut crease look. So with this really light concealer, this is number 1 concealer, I'm going to be applying this onto the eyelids, and I'm going to basically be cutting out the eyelid, separating it from the eyelid crease. And this is gonna make our eyelid color pop more. So that area where I'm applying the concealer, that's your eyelid. And the area that I was applying the dark browns before, that is your eye crease. Okay, so I hope that makes sense if you're a beginner. So I'm just defining the eye crease, the eyelid, sorry. And then for the actual color, because we're gonna put a color over the concealer. The whole point of the concealer is to make the eyeshadow color that I'm going to put now pop more. And I'm just mixing the color Nude and Swan. These are like toppy looking, very light, whitish, lightish colors. And as you can see, that looks really pretty. As you can see, I really defined her eyelids there. And I'm going to be showing you a little trick, because I know that sometimes some of you guys, when you're doing your eyeshadow, it's blending too far up and getting too close to the eyebrow. You can just go in with a little bit of your super bright concealer and just pat it underneath the brow bone, bring it down gently. Please be gentle and use a little bit of concealer to do this. You see? So I'm just patting a bit of concealer underneath the brow bone, and I'm just gently bringing it down. Then I'm going to use my tiny brush. This is my E4 brush from the Jessup brush set, just to blend out that region there. Now that will assist you if you blended your eye crease color and it went up too far up by the eyebrows. So now I'm just going to be going in with this Huda Beauty eyeshadow from the Rose Gold palette, Remastered, and this is called Henna. I just kind of wanted to get more of like a burnt orange look, like a brighter transition color. So this is giving me more of like a cranberry type of color for my transition. So yeah. Now I'm going to be going in with my Inglot eyeliner. This is like the blackest eyeliner ever. It's literally every makeup artist's favorite eyeliner if you're going for something really dark and sexy. And I'm just getting it on a little tiny thin brush, and I'm just blending it back and forth by the lash line. Nothing crazy. I wanted it to be a smoky look, so it's not really a defined eyeliner. It's very easy for beginners because you just smudge it back and forth. This is what you call a smoky liner look. And that's what the eye looks like so far. Guys, if you're enjoying, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. If you comment, it's going to really help my engagement. I really appreciate that. And also, if you're enjoying, just comment below. Let me know what you're loving so far, and if you have any video requests in the future. Now I'm just taking off the tape. As you can see, I applied her lashes. Guys, this is just a video, like a quick overview of my process. If you want makeup classes, I offer that on shopkao.com. So you want to go out there. My students have been so satisfied with my classes. So if you really want an in-depth class and you're really trying to upgrade your makeup game, whether you're a beginner or just a woman trying to learn to beat your face for content, or whether you're a makeup artist and you want to improve, please go and get the class. It's just like $49 US. So right now I'm doing skincare. I'm doing skin prep, okay? And the first thing I did was I applied some moisturizer. This is called the Embroyllsse moisturizer. I applied it all over her face. That moisturizer acts as primer. It's a primer and moisturizer in one. And now I'm going in with the Milk of Magnesia. This is like a laxative that you get from CVS. And you literally just want to shake up the bottle, get a little bit in the center of your hand, and you want to use your ring finger and just smooth over one thin layer. Only on the regions of the face where your client or where you get oily. This is going to assist you to combat oiliness. I know a lot of people hate when they get oily. This will help you so much. So you want to try this, but please moisturize before, like I did. Moisturize first, and then you go in with the Milk of Magnesia after. Make sure you rub in your moisturizer well so that the Milk of Magnesia doesn't counteract with your moisturizer. And as you can see, she only gets oily in her T-zone. That is the center of her face, from the forehead, the cheeks, across the nose and the chin. So I applied it there. Then it's very important to let it dry down. Okay, let it dry down. Use a fan or take 5 minutes to make sure it dries down on your skin. It should look like powder and whitish. And after that, then you can continue, okay? So that's a tip for oily skin. Now I'm going in with the Nars Soft Matte Foundation in the shade Moorea. This one is really good if you love literally a matte, soft, soft look. If you want like a matte, but like a flawless, soft type of vibe, this is the perfect foundation for you. It's matte without coming out looking too crazy, okay? So now I'm just matching the foundation to the side of her cheek. And as you can see, my little technique here for color matching is apply it to the side of the cheek. I have her put up her arm because I like when the foundation not only matches the face, but matches the rest of the body. And it was a really good match. And now I'm just going in and blending it out. So at first, the foundation is always going to look a little orangish, but don't worry, when it oxidizes, when you leave the foundation on the face for a few minutes, it will literally get a bit darker. And the yellow, that orangish color will blend down and look more natural. It will like dry down and look more natural. I don't want to explain, but yeah, research oxidizations of foundations and concealers if you're more interested in that. And yeah, I used my KKAÖ Beauty Blender sponge to apply my foundation. I love to use a sponge to apply foundation. I believe that it gives it a more natural airbrush soft look. I love a brush too. The brush gives a more full coverage type of glam, but you know, I love a soft, not overdone skin, so I love to use my sponge for foundation. Now she has a bit of dark circles under her eyes, so I'm using the KKAÖ Beauty Orange Color Corrector, and I'm just getting, you see, tiny little dots. It should never be too much, otherwise under the eye will look orange. You just want a little bit, and what this orange concealer is going to do, it is going to literally cancel out the darkness under the eyes, so that when you apply your concealer doesn't come out looking too ashy or gray, okay? And this is another thing I was showing you instead. I actually have a concealer from KKAÖ Beauty. It is shade 8 and it's literally a red undertone concealer, and it works really well for cancelling out dark circles. If you don't like the orange concealer, you can use this instead, and that's literally what it looks like. It looks like her skin. It was so perfect. Her dark circles were gone. She explained to me that her dark circles were one of her insecurities, and it was literally gone in one sweep with the number 8 concealer from KKAÖ Beauty. So you want to try that if you also struggle with dark circles and you're a woman of color. Now I'm going in with my brow pen. This one is from TikTok Shop. Let me tell you, TikTok Shop is going on with a bag of things, okay? I love TikTok Shop. I will link this in my description for you. If you're interested, just make a comment and I'll put it there for you. And I'm just literally using like a hair-like strokes and just building up the brow. Okay, I didn't want anything too crazy, so I just went in her brows and just filled in only where she had a bit of sparse regions. Now we're going in to do the lip. I know I'm weird. I'm doing lips before the skin. I'm weird. Don't judge me. So I'm just using a bit of setting powder on the lip. This is just going to act as a little lip primer. It's going to make the colors on the lip pop out more and make the lips last a bit longer. And for lips, I'm going in with my favorite lip liners, the only lip liners I use currently. This is the KKAÖ Beauty Sexy Lip Liner, and it is in shade Beautiful Badass. It actually comes as a set of 3 lip liners, 3 different nudes. So if you're feeling for a darker nude, or if you're feeling for like a more soft nude, or like a nude that is like regular brown. What I'm trying to say is it comes with 3 different shades of brown. So if you're a makeup artist, it works great for you. Or if you like to switch up the shades of your nude, it's great for you as well. You can also use the lip liners as eyeliner pencils. They double as that too. So yeah, now I'm going in with my KKAÖ Beauty lip gloss, and this is in shade, is it Barbie Dolly? Barbie Dolly. This is my favorite nude. Like when I showed my beautiful model her lips when I was done blending it out, she was like, oh my God, I need this. Like, I'm not gonna eat. I don't want it to come off. So you know me, I'm a kind of girl. So I just gave her her own lip gloss and she was really happy. So yeah, guys, look at how the way it blends. You see that? It's like the perfect pinky nude. Like, because you know, sometimes girls struggle to find a nice pinky nude. It's perfect. And I love to top it off with a bit of just like drugstore lip gloss, like a clear lip gloss. And she was obsessed. So now we're going to go back to the skin. I'm excited. I love the skin. That's my favorite part. And now this is shade number 5. That's the shade I'll be using to highlight her face. And it's the only shade of concealer I'm using to highlight her face. It's so good. This is a shade I also use on myself if I'm going for like a highlighted look. So this is shade number 5. And as you can see, I'm just placing it on her face in this region. Just take a screenshot. To be honest with you, I was following like a reel on Instagram. I wanted to recreate the way the girl was placing the concealer for a video, so that's why I applied it this way. But look at me now, it's time to blend. This is the important part. So after you place down your concealer, make sure your concealer is not too light, okay? Concealer should not be more than 2 shades lighter, otherwise it will just look too ghostly. I'm taking my KKAÖ Beauty sponge and I'm just patting out the edges first. I always love to pat out the edges of my concealer before going into the center. That's going to make sure that you have a nice seamless blend of your concealer into your foundation. So you're going to always see me blend out the edges first. of the concealer, and then when I'm done blending out the edge, then I'll go in the center and just pat it out to make sure that everything is blended nicely. For the nose, always squeeze your sponge narrow and pat it on the nose. This will make sure that the concealer for the most part gets in the center of the nose. As you can see, I'm blending out the edges of the concealer on the forehead again, because that's my technique, okay? And then I'm using this brush from the same Jessup brush set to help me to blend out the lines on the nose, blend the concealer into the eye, because you know, for the small regions of the face, like between the eyes, it's kind of hard to get there with the sponge, so I use a brush to help me blend that out, and the brush I'd use for that is the F03 brush from Jessup, and this is what it's looking like so far. So gorgeous, right? Oh my god, so this is my favorite bronzing stick, and this is from KKAÖ Beauty. It's called the Sun Sculpt bronzing stick. It was formulated for a woman of color. It sculpts and bronzes the face at the same time. And for her nose, I'm just going one shade down with it. So I'm using shade Toffee to contour her nose, because I don't want her nose contour to be too crazy dark. So I went a little lighter for her nose contour. So for her cheeks, her forehead, and her nose, for her cheeks, her forehead, and her chin, I use shade Brown Sugar, and for her nose, I use shade Toffee. Sorry guys if I'm confusing you a bit. I'm just a bit excited. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover. I'm in a good mood. I just worked out, so like, you know, my energy is high. So I'm using, oh my god, this brush is so good. This is the dupe for the $40 Makeup by Moorea brush. This is the Jessup F01 brush. You need to get this brush set. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't advertise things I don't like. Like, I spent $40 on this Makeup by Moorea brush. I have two of them, and I got this brush set from Jessup, and it's like $0 basically. And it comes with all the brushes, so you need to get it. And I'm just making sure my nose contour is just blended out just by patting against the line nicely. And now I'm going in with my KKAÖ Beauty Jelly Liquid Blush, and this is in shade Berry Passion Fruit. I love it. She loved it. She actually chose this color for her for her liquid blush, and I'm just placing it where I want it. And after I place it on the cheekbones, I'm just going to take that same F1 brush from Jessup, and I'm just going to pat into the blush until it just diffuses into the skin. This is why I love the KKAÖ Beauty liquid blushes, because they are not too crazy pigmented. Do you see how it blends onto her skin and it looks like beautiful soft blush? It doesn't look like clownish. Yeah, that's because it was formulated to be an actual liquid blush and not just like paint. Okay, so you need to get that. Now we're going to set the under eyes. Before you set the under eyes, you always want to make sure you go ahead and pat away any creases before you go in with powder. And I'm just applying powder under the eyes, by the chin, around the mouth, just in the center of the face, the areas where I don't want it to get too greasy, and the center of her forehead. So, and I use the sponge to apply the powder. Now I'm going to be setting her contour regions using my favorite palette, everybody's favorite palette. It's the bestseller from KKAÖ Beauty. This is the KKAÖ Beauty Artist Essential Powder Palette. Now I'm just patting over the contour regions with this nice, beautiful, like sun-kissed brown color. It's like a brownish, it's like a very brown, I don't know how to explain it, okay? Just get the damn palette. Like, there's so many colors, you just pick one that will work for you to set your contour regions or to set your face, etc. And you guys know I'm a baker. If you don't know I'm a baker, I love to bake. And she is going to a nightclub, and it was like early, and I need her makeup to last and stay flawless. Everybody can be like, oh my god, her makeup's so nice. So that's the reason why I bake. Baking makes the makeup look flawless for a long time. Okay, so next thing I'm doing is I'm taking a brown eyeliner. I love these ones. They're from Sephora. They don't smudge at all. I love them. And that one is in shade Tiramisu. Then I'm going back into the palette, the eyeshadow palette, and just getting some brown and some of that transition color right underneath the eyes, okay, to make it match the top of the eyeshadow. As I said, if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. This is a little, outline. I hope you guys are learning something from it, though. I love to teach. But as I said, go ahead on shop.KKAÖ.com and grab my online makeup class. Like, I'm so pleased with the testimonials. I even had one of my students I saw in real life, and she's like, oh my god, I took your class. I was like, really? And her makeup looked so good that I can almost cried after. So like, don't play yourself. It's only $49, and you get like three or four different classes in the one online class. So yeah, now I'm going in and applying my blush, and I love that. That was the KKAÖ Beauty Bar Blush palette. It just so, like, people love that palette because you look like a Barbie, and it has all the shades for all women of color. Then I brushed away the bake that was underneath her eyes and everywhere on her face. Now I'm going in with my highlighter palette. Oh, I love this. I love this, baby. See that little pinky color? That's the one I use, okay? I use that on my nose to highlight my nose. And I get some in the front of the eye for that little pop. This is going to help to brighten the eyes. I also get some on the brow bone to make it pop even more. Look at that. Like, y'all can't deny this. Like, this thing is so pretty. Oh my God, guys, it's been so long since I've done makeup on an actual person. Oh my God, so I really enjoyed doing this makeup. And my mother, she was so sweet. It's so funny how life works. I actually met her before and I didn't realize. And when I saw her the first time, I was like, oh my God, I want to do your makeup. And then somehow I just end up getting to do her makeup later in life. But here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. I love you.